Hello then, everybody. Time for a little bit of December Christmas streetwise tinkering. And I've noticed here that one of my number plate bulbs has died. And you can just see it here. I've managed to remove the screws and it's looking a bit browned in there, isn't it? A bit burnt. Which is odd actually, because that one went, or had gone when I picked this car up just over a year ago. So I don't know what the issue is. That's the two bulbs it's gone through. Well, one bulb in my ownership, but you know. So I'm going to nip into my local motor factors now. Apologies for all the wind noise. Probably going to be a lot on this video. It's quite gusty today. And I'm going to buy a new number plate bulb. And also you can see I've got the headlights on, but this one's completely dead. So I'm going to have to get in here, disconnect that. It shouldn't take too long, and get a new bulb for that as well. And actually, while I'm at it, why don't I check all the lights? So let's try indicators. Okay, let's see. Yep, and yep. Yeah, that one looks okay. As does that one on my rather crinkly, rippled wing. Haha, it's a full house on the indicator front. And yes, headlights look absolutely fine at the front, thankfully. I can hear that noise. Kind of like an electrical relay noise. Wow, what the hell's that? Right, let's get this rear light cluster off then. So it's just a case of unscrewing it like this. And it'll all just pop off. It should do anyway. Alright, that's the first one off. Good stuff. There's one that lives, oh yeah, up here. Can you see that? Yeah, there it is there. It's very hard to film this with one hand, so I'll be back to you in a moment. Right then, disconnected all of those. There they are there, unscrewed them, so let's pull this thing off. Now, I know from experience, it's usually full of spiders. So, wish me luck. I don't really mind spiders, but, let me see. No, it looked like we might be spider-free this time. We've got a little bit of a seal as well around that gasket, which is good to see because they are notoriously rubbish on Rovers. Yeah, one thing I forgot to do actually, just disconnect this little unit. So, yeah, you know the drill. Back in a minute. Yeah, there's actually a really handy little lever just at the back there, and you pull it and it separates. God, that seal's really, really well sealed. I'm kind of happy to see that. I'm just going to take this off and pop it on the bench over here because I know that can often be full of spiders. But you know, I'm actually really chuffed that little seal there seems to be holding. You can buy new ones online, which I am tempted to do. Yeah, we've got some spider activity in there. I'll whip that gasket off now in a second and just have another closer look at it, see if I can free any of my little insect mates that have been living rent-free in the streetwise for many years. There we are then. So you can see indicator works absolutely fine. And which one is it's this one down here, I think, isn't it? Which is the rear light bulb. One of these is going to be the reflector bulb. You can actually see there where I managed to get some of the sealant. I've tried to seal up as many gaps as I can because these things are sieves on wheels. But missed it there, didn't I? Of course, typical me, cack-handed approach. Well, maybe not cack-handed approach, just cack-handed execution, unfortunately, sometimes. Yeah, and just you can see there as well where the little stay for the bumpers completely sheared off. And I think it's the same on the other side, or if it's not, it's extremely close to being, so that's not ideal, really, is it? Oh, God. Okay, eventually got it started. Let's test these bulbs. Right, you obviously all know what... Oh, just dropped my phone. You obviously all know what works. I'm going to end this video now and have a little look. I'll be back with you in just a few seconds. Many times later, about an hour, I've returned with two bulbs and two bulbs, four bulbs altogether. So I've got one that I'm going to put in, one that I'm going to keep as a spare. Well, that's just brilliant then, isn't it? I've just dropped it and it's smashed. So, yeah, I haven't got a spare anymore. Just that one, which is now knackered. Brilliant. Right, okay. Down to one. Yeah, as you can see, that's worked really well there, hasn't it? That one works with the old bulb. This one with the new bulb doesn't work. What is going on? I mean, is it because the little metal contacts just aren't touching it properly? Is it as simple as that? Could be. Sorry, there's a better view of it. I think I'm gonna whip the other one out and do a little size comparison, see if that one over there on the right hand side, if that works in the connector on the left. Never simple when you own a Streetwise. Okay, and a rare bit of good news, that is the bulb that was over here, and it works. So I think it's just a matter of twingling those little metal contacts into place. Let's just do a size comparison between the two bulbs. They're pretty much the same size, aren't they? Yeah, all right, the bottom one is slightly bigger, but there's not much in it at all, really, is there? So let's do some bodging. Finally, success. Just used a pair of vice grips there to just bend the little metal contacts out, just by a few mil, and we've got fully working number plate lights. Let's get the casings that need a little bit of a clean. Let's clean them up, pop them back in, and then it's time to put the bulbs into the rear light. They look an awful lot better now, don't they? Look at that. Just a little wipe down with a multi-purpose wet wipe. Now, I mean, look, that's not going to have any effect on this car, is it? I mean, you won't even see them because they're tucked up there, but, you know, do you ever just do a little job that makes you feel a bit better? The rear light cluster is back in, the light is on. All is good. Yeah, apologies, didn't bother filming putting it back on because who really wants to watch me do that? But it's nice and solid. Anyway, I'm happy to report that that job fixing the bulbs, which, you know, can sometimes go a little bit, you know, a little bit wrong. I've had that on cars in the past. I'm glad to report that that's gone absolutely fine. Just before I finish up here, I love the panel gaps. So I can get my whole little finger in there, look. Pretty much. Let's go around to the other side. and I can't. So there's a little spider, little mate there. Yeah, you know, not the best fit and finish of any car I've owned, but such is the way. It adds to its charm, doesn't it? Thank you very much for watching. There'll be more Streetwise action coming soon.